Hey, and welcome back to Blueprints. Today is going to be, I guess, a slightly different episode again. First of all, before we start, the usual stuff I'm gonna pick up. My package here. Nothing too unusual. Okay, so here are two things that I've been thinking about. And like one of the things is I've been kind of dabbling around in my notes again, right? Like similar to how we ended last episode. I was kind of working on that. I've not really made major progress, but I was thinking again about... Oh yeah, we have like so much stuff from like last run. We should have like an amazing run, by the way. But like I've been thinking about basically, I've been working on all of those puzzles, but I've not really come to like any great conclusions. The only thing that I have kind of, I guess, rethought again, or like I think this is like based on like stuff I've already said before, but like I've been working on the castle puzzle again, and this is basically where I'm currently at. So the stuff that we have found in the, where was it, in the cloister, only fits if it's like in the four corners. I don't know why exactly that's the layout, but I'm just gonna assume that this is correct. Because otherwise it doesn't fit. Like the door has to be basically in this position. Otherwise we have like so many O's, like with the overlap and stuff. So I'm just gonna assume this fits, assuming that I understand the puzzle correctly, right? And then we have like the ID overlay, and the D has to be like on the right. Like most of the stuff here is set in place. We don't really have like a lot of opportunities to move that around. That's the issue. So the only things that are missing are basically like those gaps. We have like three major gaps here, and they're like, major as every gap could be. So I've been thinking, what if the first row is like a number? I think I've mentioned this before, like the theory, where it's like CI and then like another letter. It could be CII, it could be something else, but it could also just be CIX. I mean, it has to be CIX, what am I saying? Like, this is a letter. Why am I saying this? I just confused myself. CIX. Okay, if we translate that, obviously C for like century, like 100, or like cent, the I as a 1, and then the X as a 10, so we would reach like a 109, basically 109 as a number. I don't know what I want to do with that number, but then we could say add. Okay, we add something to that. SI something could be 6. If it's like 6, then we would have like 115. And then it says maybe... It could be top, right? Like in the north, for example, top word east, like lower, because we have lower and at. It could be like another Eurasian word that I just don't know yet, which is also fair. It could also be Tor. This is like a word like I don't think I've ever heard anyone use, but like I was googling, was like, okay, so in Germany there's like the German word for gate is a Tor, by the way. This is like how I came to that conclusion. I basically was just like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna just see, maybe there's like an English version of that. Apparently it's also just like a name for like a, I guess, rocky hill. Mostly like in dialects, but there's like also like one that's like not explicitly a dialect, at least according to the dictionary I'm using, right? So I've been thinking, wait, if that's like the hilly area to the east, then it still doesn't really help us. It might be like to the east we technically have the grotto. Maybe this is like something in the grotto, but I wouldn't know what. But this is like basically where I'm at with that puzzle. But yeah, that's basically the first thing that I was thinking of. I'm gonna check that out, but I'm gonna do something else as well, because we are currently in a spot again where I don't really have massive leads that I can work towards that are really interesting. The only leads that I have are basically some that require certain, I guess, luck, I'm gonna call it. Do I go outside, by the way? I don't think so. Like let's start the run. I'm just gonna yap a little bit in the beginning of the run. I'm gonna go northwards, I guess. Hall of Mirrors in the beginning. I still wanna check out if like something changes now that we have opened this. Also, have you ever noticed like, are those oranges? Can I see like what I get every day? Because we can see oranges, right? Like there were like these circles on there. I'm gonna have to pay attention to that. The next time I draw that room. I'm just gonna have to get the... Like, we don't really need gems, but I do like this one just for, like, the room options. But yeah, like, what I was basically getting at is... I'm just gonna get, like, as many rooms as I can. I'm gonna explore, as I usually do. I should probably press that button. As I usually do. And you're closed again. That's important. Okay, that means that maybe there are like new items there. There might just be like minor items, or it might just be like that I am getting like an infinite amount of duplicate blueprints over time, which would be interesting, so I can kind of change the way my whole kit, or like my whole like drafting pool looks like. Anyway, what I was getting at basically was, I get security here, that I'm probably going to cut out a lot of this run. I'm just gonna have like 1 or 2 runs, like similar to how I did them like in the middle of the series, where I am basically just focusing up a little bit. I'm trying to see stuff, and I'm not gonna talk as much just because, you know, talking takes up a lot of my brain capacity. I'm gonna be completely honest here. Right, it's always making it a little bit harder. And also, like, just takes up a lot of energy, right? And it's going to be, like, instead of 1 long run where I'm, like, yapping every second, it's probably going to be, like, 2 or 3 runs. And I'm gonna, like, show off, like, a few interesting things that I'm seeing or, like, that I'm thinking about. But otherwise, I'm just gonna cut out, like, most of it. I'm gonna, you know, swan song inside of here. I'm gonna, for example, show... where am I? Have I, by the way, taken the screenshots of this area? I think I have, but I'm gonna do that again. But before I do, I am going to do like a remote terminal access, and I'm gonna, you know, check out the lab. As always, the experiment. Maybe we can get like more letters. I wouldn't mind more letters if I can get some. Just because like the mail room in general is like really good. But yeah, like back to the topic, I'm gonna cut out like a lot. I'm gonna show like, for example, experiment setups. Can I get something cool? I wouldn't mind more stars. Huh. Small chest in the entrance hall. Dice to 2. Do I just take 2 dice? I don't actually think that's like that bad. I could also get it for an apple, but I feel like just once, and then I don't have to like worry about like other stuff. I'm just gonna get 2 dice. That's like the most boring of experiments, but you know, I don't mind having some boring stuff going on. But yeah, like I'm gonna shut up a little bit. I'm gonna just focus up. If something happens, you're going to see it. Otherwise, I guess I'm just gonna continue onwards, right? I mean, we do have the conservatory. I can definitely change the stuff. I don't actually mind, like, we need the library soon. So I'm gonna make that one less rare. Dormitory, do I care about the dormitory that much? Not really. I'm actually really interested, like, I think it's really interesting that this room has, like, this layout, right? There's, like, something missing here wall-wise. Don't know if that means anything, but I'm just gonna leave it, I guess. Observatory can also be, like, a commonplace thing. I just, you know, would like more stars. Are there other things I want to change? Because if I recall correctly, I can change stuff back, right? Commonplace. Yeah, I can technically change it to commonplace, for example. This is commonplace because I still need... No, I don't actually need a rotunda. I needed something else. Room 8 I don't care about. Gallery I don't care about. This is already commonplace. I'm just gonna check if like anything changed. I did change apparently the hallway closet, which is interesting. I don't really remember that, but it's probably fine. I don't actually need those items that often. This one was rare. That makes so much sense. You know, I've been getting in the attic so much, and I really like that one. But yeah, like I feel like most of those are probably unchanged. They're just some I don't really care that much about. I could go... Like, I don't really need the drafting studio anymore, right? We don't even get a gem out of that one, and we don't have, like, a cool effect. And we already have, like, all the floor plans, right? So I'm fine with that. Let's move it to rare. I need to kind of reset a lot of things. Same with, like, the utility closet. Like, it's great to have, but it's, like, not as necessary, in my opinion. Wait, I did make this one unusual, or, like, rare, apparently. I could go back to unusual. I don't mind the Cloister of Draxus. Because we're getting like so many rerolls. Yeah, sure. I don't know when I did that. Probably last time and I completely forgot about it already. Showroom I would also move back to rare. There are like some items in there, but I don't really care. I like never drafted one, right? Bookshop is rare. I still kind of want to check out the bookshop again. I do know that we can only get it like from the library if I recall correctly. And I feel like maybe I missed something in there. So I'm gonna do that if I find it. Because it's like still a room that I haven't really picked up that often. You know, I still don't get the lavatory, by the way. Like I mentioned this before. Like I have this vivid memory of getting items in that once. Maybe it's like really nothing. And I'm just crazy. But who knows? Huh? Okay. Whenever I click on something here and then return via right click, I just return to red rooms. I don't know why. I'm just currently like still going through everything. Clock tower can actually become something unusual. I don't really care about the clock tower anymore. Vestibule also back to unusual, I guess. Casino I don't really care about either. Like we don't really, like we've never really gotten anything great out of the casino. The best things I can get are like basically more allowance, and I don't really care about allowance. I have so much money. Okay, apparently I'm just returning to that one all the time. I actually would like to change Mechanarium in the future. Because I still need to get like 8 mechanical rooms, or like 7. And then like draft the Mechanarium, because I want to see what's behind like all of those doors. I do know that 4 of those doors have to be related to something else. And at least one of those holds a lever, if I recall correctly. But we've never really gotten so many mechanical floor plans, right? It would be cool if you could change like the outside rooms, but they are apparently all unusual, which is interesting because I would like more shrines, right? Like I need the shrines for my plans. Also, this is like one of those rooms where you can actually look outside. Like I've recently been paying more attention to the fact that you can, if you are outside, not really see any change. But what about the conservatory? Can I see that from outside? I've never really tried to, but like I do have 2 dice currently, so why not try it out? Right, like I would like to see the outside and maybe just get the blessing of the monk for my experiments. I'm gonna have to, if I get that, right, like I need to still write down like how many coins I pay, because like every single time I pay coins, I get the blessing of the berry picker, and apparently I'm just picking certain levels where that's just happening. Like I do remember that it was possible apparently at one point to get those, so... Look, it's a shrine. I'm gonna make an offering. Should I just pay everything? It sounds like really awful. I'm gonna like check my notes, because I did write down at some point. That's not it. Wait. This is just a shrine. No, blessing? Blessings, I wrote down like register money. At some point I started something, and like if I pay 15, apparently I'm always getting the berry picker. I am going to pay 22 just because I want to. What do I get for 22? I don't know if this is like a good number, but I just want to have something else than 15, right? The gardener. 8 courtyards for 4 days. Okay, I'm not sure if this is consistent. But I am definitely going to write down that I got it for 22. Do I remember that? Also, this feels like the perfect point to hide more letters now that I think about it. I don't know why. I don't see any though, so maybe I'm wrong about that. Huh. Anything hidden here? I don't know if I've ever, you know, checked out like the crevices and the cracks in here. I don't think so. Anything up there? Just because it's like so cave-like, you could definitely hide something in there. I still don't know how to use this one. Right, like I can use a key, but it doesn't really do anything. Probably for the best. Maybe if we are cursed? Do I want to curse myself though? That would ruin this run and the next few, basically. I could do that at the end of the day if I really wanted to. But it might also just be another solution to that. Also, if I'm like here, I can look up. It's not like I can see anything major. Big I guess I'm just gonna leave it. I mean, having so many, what was it, courtyards? I mean, courtyards are great, right? Like, didn't I even slash the cost of them? I could get like so many items in there. I wouldn't actually mind, but I wanted to check out like, okay, I can't really see that this is a conservatory right now. So this is definitely, like, this is such a massive room. If something were to change the build-up of the estate, I would assume that it would happen with a room like that. By the way, I'm just checking out like the fence. I don't know if I've ever checked out like the fence that closely, but you know, there's a first time for everything. Uh, but yeah, like basically just going back to like my theory that maybe there are some rooms that change the outside, but I feel like if this doesn't even change anything, then probably nothing does. Oh, we can... This looks weird, right? Like layout-wise? Can you reach that place? Maybe you can, I'm just kind of misremembering like the layout of the downstairs, which, you know, wouldn't be a first. But I might just try that real quick. I've actually always been thinking, currently I have like the pawn blessing, right? But there's technically the king that I've never been able to try, because obviously all of the other blessings are part of the pawn one. Maybe I should switch that. Maybe there's like something specific I can do with that. Maybe it's just like a bonus, but you know, who knows. I just wanted to check here because like, okay, I don't think I can reach that spot that I was able to see. It's like basically just what I wanted to check. There should be something probably right behind here. I do have like a screenshot of this one already, right? Like of all the Broken Realm and Runes pages, I guess. You know, that's fine. Still not sure what I want to do with that now. Have I ever, by the way, mentioned that like this little structure over there has always been so confusing to me just because you can see it, but it's like the only place you kind of can't reach? Maybe you can. I don't know, like I still don't know what I would do to go around this way first. I know the drawing room gives me like some more rerolls, but you know, it doesn't actually hurt to just go here. What I was basically getting at is, yeah, I can see it. I know that there's a boat as well. Also, this has a pawn. I'm gonna write down like the pages here real quick. Or like, I guess, chess pieces. That makes more sense. Anyway, let's just see what I can get. Library. I mean, to be fair, like the library is like, again, really important because I did actually borrow something. This is the history of Orindia. Again, nobody has borrowed those. That's important. I'm just gonna take like screenshots and like read through this myself because we've read through this before, but maybe there's like something hidden in there that I forgot about. Okay, so I've been rereading this text for a few minutes. I don't think that there were like any too interesting things in there. The only things that we have is, you know, that the third, Desolate's the third, was it, right? Yeah, Desolate's the third. Was the one who moved the capital from the mountains in Reddington back, which would also imply that, yeah, we are kind of correct about, like I'm saying, like, we are kind of correct, but, like, we do know that we have, like, the Featherfall Keep that was, like, very important, but we have, like, the other keep that's, like, in the underground. And I'm assuming that this is, like, the exact same one. Why is this, like, important now? It is because we're still missing 2 keys. One of them is the last one. It just says, and the last key is waiting behind the last door of 8. So we cannot get that one, if I understand this correctly. But the 5th key is held by a king on his throne. Where do we find the throne? Well, probably the castle, because the other throne we can't really reach. So there has to be either a way into the castle, somehow, or we are going to get like a blueprint that kind of depicts this castle. Is like my theory currently, because otherwise this doesn't really help us here. That's like kind of how I would put it. I do have like screenshots now if I want to reread it, obviously, which is nice. We do learn about like how King Desolate's, I said we relearn, by we I mean I, because, you know, I have limited memory, especially with like such a long playthrough. But yeah, that's basically how I would put it. We did not get any information about like anything else except for Nuance joining the cause of like the war that basically created fan areas at the end. So yeah, that's kind of it. I don't think that there was anything too important in there that I didn't quite remember outside of like you know, that with the castle, I didn't quite remember like the depiction of this castle. I think they do look similar, like this castle to the other one. But I might just be overreaching, right? Like the one in the underground. I still don't know how to reach that one. Like my theory is still, right, we have that tunnel. This tunnel is so suspicious. Don't tell me that I cannot do anything with the tunnel later on. Anyway, drafting studio, even though I really don't need it, or I can just go to the left, I guess. I can redraw. Huh. I mean, I'm just gonna spend some gems so I have like more rooms I can reach. But overall, no, item. Also, I can just open this one, right? No, I can't open this one. I need the magnifying glass, but I do know the codes, which is nice. Anyway, I guess I'm just gonna, you know, be suspicious of this thing over there and continue exploring. I could just tunnel to the very north. I don't actually know what happens if I reach the end using the tunnel. I don't even... I mean, I do have 2 keys, which isn't quite enough in case I can't continue onward. But I'm kind of curious about like what happens if I just do this. Courtyard would have been amazing, obviously, but then I can't use the tunnel again, which is, you know, a problem. And this is probably the end. Yeah, I'm not gonna use keys yet. This is not that important, but I kind of want to experiment, like what happens if I tunnel to the end. Do I... Like, can I continue there, or do I... Like, am I getting forced to draft something else? Because it tells me always draw a tunnel. Which, I think is somewhat suspicious that... I don't know. It's just my theory currently. I am grasping at straws, if you haven't... Like, I haven't noticed. And I guess it's time for the observatory. And we're getting Draxus. Not the best, I guess, but hey, you know, we can at least buy a lot of stuff if we really need to. Oh, the flowers. I'm guessing this is like one of the... Wait. I do actually have a screenshot of this. About like the fertile grounds. Let me check. Is that like in the book section or in the other screenshots? I think it's in the other screenshots. Yeah, I guess this is actually fertile ground. So this is probably the explanation why we are getting so many gems then. And if I draft like another one, like we could technically experiment around and put like the courtyard wherever, but like there are some spots where we probably are going to get like those flowers. I don't know. That's like my theory. So I don't think it's like that important though. A shovel. I guess I don't get any more shovels. I just get more gems if I do this. Also, this is another fertile ground apparently. I'm assuming, unless like all of them are now fertile because of how this started. Ah, great, I can't reach the top. I guess the Chamber of Mirrors kind of wasted. Ah, too bad. I'm also going to like repeat my plan if I've never talked about this, but I still believe that... Okay, so in A New Clue we talked about like the lowercase corner cases or whatever they were called. And since one of them was the patio and we could drill there, maybe we can drill inside of here. I don't know if we really need a map. Previously, like the patio also got like information from like another point, right? Like via the aquarium. I believe that there's probably another hint that would help us here basically, but I don't know. I might just need like a jackhammer. I'm gonna try to get one. Oh, more items and also further ground again. Like we have so many gems. I really don't need any more. But the attic is always great, just because we could. I mean, we are getting the lever. That's already a good start. But we obviously need the battery still. But you know, it's doable, I guess. Secret garden key, I don't mind that. And, you know, lockpicking kit is always great. And a map. Maybe you show me... Wait, we missed a map recently. But it's actually not in that spot, it's in this spot again. I don't know, there are like certain spots that I just get like all the time. Do you have that one open already? No, okay, but I can reach it. I mean, we can do some math together at least, which is nice, I would say. I'm just checking if there's like any item here. Doesn't seem like it. Okay, let's do math. Also, oh yeah, those are just like the points. I am still not sure about that. If they have like any meaning, they might. Maybe you're also kind of expected. Like I kind of mentioned this before, like with my theory about like how important information can't just get, I guess, removed. Because otherwise you're going to really struggle in the future, right? By the way, this is 41 minus 21, so 20. you're going to struggle really in the future if you can just delete information. But maybe you actually intended to like replay the game on multiple saves and like try out like all of the other upgrade discs. Maybe, and maybe some of them hold like different amounts of information. It would be interesting. I don't know if I would do that right now, but like since I have to at some point 45, 54, mathing this out, like I have to at some point, right, it's 8, no, it's -3, so it's 17. At some point I have to return to like another save anyway to try out like something like their mode. I'm assuming, I still assume that this is the only way to reach their mode. I do know that there are some trophies I can't get if I don't do it anyway, so you know, there are probably some things that are going to be interesting. 30, 11 still stays with 11 if you flip it. No? 8. Did I do something wrong? I probably did. Where was I? 20. Just remembered what I clicked. 9, you know. 45 flipped. Now 54. And then, you know, you reach the 17. And here I did 30. 21. Oh, 12. I don't know when I flipped that wrong, I guess. Was 12. Blind. Alright. Silver key, you know. Maybe I'm gonna use it. Opening the secret garden, because that should allow me to go to the place that I want to check out. Also, you know, more gems. I guess I just get like all the gems today. It's fine. Really don't need them though. But yeah, like I'm just trying to reach the map, and while I'm at it, you know, let's just open the door. It doesn't really hurt. Like I know I could do like the puzzle to open like the door on the other side, but I don't really care currently. Another courtyard. I could just take the solarium and just have like something else, and more unusual or rare rooms wouldn't be like too bad, I guess. But yeah, like I should be able to dig here somewhere. Oh, treasure map. That's exactly what I'm getting at. I don't think I'm gonna get like something permanent here, but maybe. I do know that like we have found like one permanent thing so far. It might just be like in bedrooms usually. If there's something, just because I've found like one in a bedroom. But I don't think that this is, yeah, this is definitely not. Again, it's something I don't really care about. I'm gonna have to try and get like more bedrooms in those spots just to confirm my theory, because I don't remember ever digging in other ones like that. Also, the chess piece just reminded me that I have not been writing down the chess pieces, but luckily I have like a list with like all of the chess pieces and stuff. And here's the open plan, and this is the Baron Bafflers that I still don't get. Right, like I still think that this is probably, you know, a language barrier issue. I'm gonna try like some more before I give up, but like, this is certainly something I am struggling more with than with like all the other puzzles, I feel like. It's just, you know, word puzzles are not my forte, I guess. Gonna try the silver key here. Could be funny. Don't get anything out of it. Okay, I guess a second then. I just wanted to get like to the north ranks, but I don't think that's going to work. How many mechanical rooms do we have? I don't think we have like that many. We have like 2. That's not enough. Absolutely not enough. The issue is if I do this, then we're kind of locked out of everything else. I don't know if you're going to open more rooms over time. But like I'm locked out anyway, so I guess. Just checking, right? Like, oh no, wait, we have 3, so we get at least one more door. Which isn't like the worst, but it could have been better, right? Yeah, and I don't think I'm gonna get like more doors over time. Also, I guess I need to get like the 4th first, and then like the 5th one opens like a lever. I'm guessing, because otherwise this doesn't make any sense. And we also have to get them first, because otherwise, like, I don't think the doors are just going to appear here, right? Did I try the same door twice? Oh, wait. Obviously, because I only have like 3 doors, not more. Closed exhibit doesn't help me here. I could get the utility closet or like another attic. I'm just gonna get like another attic to get the battery. I hope I can. Yeah, I get the battery. Like, this was basically confirmed at this point, just because I have like so many items already. because of the previous attic. Right, like this is how I'm always thinking. Like if I have like many items already, then I'm basically guaranteed to get the ones that I want the next time I find like a room like this. Just because you get like some rare items basically guaranteed. Like I would be surprised if you didn't get any here unless you already have like all the items that exist. But yeah, this should allow me to do whatever, I guess. I guess I'm gonna use one key. We have like a lot of other keys. Now I'm getting the Great Hall. Do I care that much? Do I care about any items here? Not currently. But it's not like any of these help me. Like Great Hall technically lets me go to the right. And we have the drafting studio and I have to enter it anyway. So I can at least figure out like where to go afterwards. Because then I can at least go to the right? Like this is like my thought process here. I'm gonna get the Great Hall. I still don't know why sometimes the silver key just doesn't work. Also reach this rank. I'm gonna get, I guess, the knight again, just so I can slash some costs later on. Also, I'm just gonna try to, you know, do that. Okay, we have actually found the door. It doesn't really matter for like most of the other doors whether I can, you know, crack them or not. But, you know, it doesn't actually hurt to try it. It's free, you know. Also the lever again that I can't do anything with anymore. I still believe that there's like a good chance that a similar lever like this one exists for another room. Right? Like sometimes you just have to reach them the right position. Okay, I'm guessing it beeps like because something is behind that wall. Okay. Well, in any case, I'm gonna continue exploring. Do I get the archives? I do know that I'm getting the tunnels all the time anyway, right? Like once I start with those, so it doesn't actually matter. I can check out if like the... Okay, this is not open anymore. Okay, it is. Okay, it's at least not locked. That's like kind of the big thing. Okay, good to know. I still don't know what to make of this. I've mentioned this before, like I have no idea. I feel like this might be important for something, but I don't know, it might also just be like the red herring. Like basically the room told us that there are red herrings, theoretically. It might also just be a pun that they are like joking around about that. But yeah, like I can't really do much more, I guess. Well, I'll get like the archive one. I don't really care what I get. Furnace. Great. Exactly what I wanted. Just don't give me... Okay. I'm gonna waste like this key. It's okay. Vault. Archive one. I'm gonna get the archive one just to have some fun. Oh, another one of you. I guess I can solve this one again. Also, car keys. I don't need them, but you know, we never know. Maybe I get like the card and then I can go over here and get like the garage for some reason. I can finally test out whether the garage and the secret guard interact like I imagine they probably won't. Anyway, 8. 31, 11 divided by 11 is 1. It's interesting that they are currently like never squaring again. They're always like doing the flipping thing. So 30, 21, 12. I'm also just showing this because it's like part of trophy, right? So that's actually interesting. Does that mean you're flipping after each one? Because in this case it would be 15, 51, 61, 16. We would be learning a new rule if this works like that. Okay, yeah, it's the double flip. And we get the key card. Okay, so at least we can reach the northern area. Also, I can't forget... Why did I get the... No, I didn't actually get that one. I thought about getting the planetarium at some point, but now that I remember, I actually have to go into the break room at the end. Okay, at this point I've explored everything I can. I'm gonna try the tunnel idea that I've had. I might be completely wrong about that. Also, what's the metal thing? Should be some metal around here. It might be related to the neighboring room though. Okay, it probably is, just because of how it's beeping. So yeah, like I'm gonna go around, I'm gonna go for the tunnels again. Oh yeah, I completely forgot, we have the conference room. Look at all the fruit I'm getting. I am, you know, rich in steps. I don't know, all the apples, I love them. Should have gotten the other effect where I get like tons of effects. To be fair, like it would have been like set to 2, so it doesn't actually matter. Like set dice to 2. Oh wait, I still have like one more room. Interesting. It's the garage. That's sad. I would have liked to... Wait, maybe? Maybe it's still going to be interesting. First of all, I can go in here, but I don't think I'm gonna get anything cool. Magnifying glass. I can check out the one thing. Also, this isn't powered. Completely forgot about that. Okay, so it doesn't actually help me. I just wanted to see like what happens if I go outside. Whether I can like properly see the garden from the outside. That's like basically what I was getting at. We still have that one. I don't think that anything changed here, right? But yeah, I'm gonna continue with like exactly my plan that I had before. Time to build the thing that I wanted to build. Battery pack. Okay. Maybe I can build something else as well. I don't think so. Maybe another light, just because I can. How would I even do that? I do have the... where do I have it? The metal detector and the magnifying glass, was it? Can I combine something? Wait, I can combine these two, right? I get like the lucky purse, I get like double coins with that one? Something like it. I don't really need it anymore, but it's fun to make. You know, also, what else? Doubles all the coins, yeah. Like, I do lose the additional item effect, though. Sound amplifier I could make, but I feel like I just wanna get the... Yeah, the burning glass, just in case. I don't think I need it. But, you know, it can't hurt to have, because, like, what else am I gonna do with, like, a metal detector? If I find something cool that I want to read now, I'm gonna feel really stupid, but, you know, you never know what's going to happen in the future, I guess. Also, now that I can drill, I'm also going to drill, just because it's funny. You know, I could find coins and double those coins. That would be great, wouldn't it? Anyway, just seeing. Like, theoretically, I should be guaranteed to figure out what the tunnel is, right? Because we get a tunnel every single time, so even if we don't see a tunnel, I can just get it at the end. That's like my theory currently. A brick? That's a first. Okay, there should still be a few more. This should be the, you know, the tunnel. Yeah. Okay, so my theory is correct so far. Drilling some more. Gems that I don't need. And... this should also be a tunnel somewhere. Yeah, this is a tunnel. And now I only need one more tunnel, theoretically, right? Like, if I get another tunnel, then I could just leave the estate, right? If that were to happen. And I know, it's silly, but sometimes you just have to test. I mean, wait a second. My theory was correct. I can drill. Nice. What does that mean? Gems? And another one of those games. Okay, so it wasn't actually... like, it was impressive, but it wasn't, like, impressive on the level that I expected. Okay. We need orange here. What does orange do? What does pink do? Black moves? Orange moves to pink? But, like, you're clearly orange, right? Like, this is also a confirmation for me that these are guaranteed orange. But, like, orange doesn't seem to do anything. I mean, I can move you around. Oh, you spin. Okay, wait a second. If you spin, then move you over. And then you spin again. And then you spin again. And spin again. Then I have all four. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Do I get something? Okay, I get just some allowance. You know what? Rank 9 still, huh? Don't get me wrong, that was cool. I don't know why. I had hoped for a massive revelation. The only thing that I can still theorize is that maybe something changed with the tunnel downstairs? Otherwise, I don't really know if this helps me at all. Maybe it would help me if I go like left to right. Does it actually tell me something? Going around all obstacles, the tunnel pierces through walls and rooms alike. The crudely excavated passage looks to be the work of someone determined to get where they are going, regardless of whether the house floor plan is accommodating or not. Doesn't really tell me anything, but I've not really seen it be draftable unless I went like to the north, basically. And I don't think I could get it if I went south or like west to east. I've never seen it. Also, I never opened you. There's like no need to do that, but this was certainly a run. I don't think that you are going to see more than like half an hour. Unless I see something great here, I'm just gonna end like the day in a specific room, probably a break room, you know, as I had said before. And I'm gonna do like a second run, right? Like a second one that's probably going to be like more cut than my usual runs recently have been. Anyway, I guess this is everything here. Drafting studio we checked. I still need to go to the pantry before I forget, because I will forget. While we're at it, I'm gonna open my list again. Wait a second. No, where was it? Corner case. Wait, I can just look at the book. Wait, the other one would be in the office. Like, I have patio, nook, office, pantry. And we didn't get the nook today, did we? I'm just gonna open that one on my side. No, we didn't get the nook, right? Yeah. But still, we have like the office we could try to dig in. I don't know what that means, but hey. And the pantry, right? They got another silver key, which doesn't really help me. But it's interesting, I can dig one up like this. Can I dig one up with like the regular one? I'm actually not sure if I've ever done so. Anyway, pantry is over here. I'm gonna go there after I continue digging. You know, you never know. Maybe something... Oh, dice. Don't really need you. But yeah, like... sometimes you just find something cool. Keys! And now this. Tell me that I can dig here somewhere. I don't think I can. Maybe under the ladder? Please, let me move the ladder. It's so suspicious. Okay, what are you for? I don't get you. Like, this was obviously like a real long shot to go here using, you know, the jackhammer. And otherwise I just don't know what to do here. Something is important here. Does it tell me anything here? Why stock pantry is always the truest test of... Right, the true test of a large estate, and keeping around all these wide gamut of ingredients and supplies stocked has always been one of the primary priorities of the house staff. Yeah. Maybe if I reach it like from another side next time, I don't know. I'm gonna go over to the office, like still checking my theory, like it can't hurt to at least check. If I find anything cool in here, then it would be great. Like I would probably see like a pop-up at some point. I feel like they wouldn't be too mean about that if it's like a possibility. I'm just gonna, you know, do like this, right? Like do like a sweeping motion like that. Quite likely that nothing's going to happen. But you know, you never know, I guess. That's what you know. That's the only thing you know. The only thing you know is that you don't know. But yeah, it might also just be related to like something else, right? Like this, but it is so suspicious. Why would you tell me about it like this? I guess I'm just gonna need to find something else. That's going to help me in the future. Probably another puzzle. That's maybe telling me that I have to smack something here where I'm sitting. I don't know. This chair doesn't hold any secrets. This one doesn't hold any secrets. Maybe if I'm standing here? No. No secret text? No other secrets? Nothing I can break with a sledgehammer? Well, too bad. Are you not basically the same? Are you just a mini tent? What's this then? Is it also a tent? They can't reach? Suspicious. Very suspicious. And probably meaning nothing. Wait, I wanted to check out the outside. I'm gonna do that as the last thing. I am going the right direction, I guess, just via the pantry. Okay, I still have like the steps, and as I mentioned, if that's nothing, then I'm gonna do like a second run. Just because like this was basically just a run for me to go through this here and maybe discover something. These runs are also sometimes fun, just like minor mechanics, but as I mentioned before, I think that there is a limit to how much yapping I want to do. If I already know that a run is not going to be, I guess, that impressive. Alternatively, I could get myself cursed. Wait, why am I going here? Oh yeah, I wanted to go down here. Oh yes, I'm definitely not forgetful or anything. I would never be, trust me. I am always like completely focused. This still looks like the same. I don't know. How else would I use the tunnel? It's like such a unique thing that you can use it like that, but I guess it's just like not related to that. There might be like other secrets that work like it. I just don't get. I could just go into the other. Do I have like all the rooms that I need? I'm gonna like open my notepad. I do believe that if I go downstairs I could maybe change it. I'm like 70% sure, just because like, again, as I mentioned, I do have a list of all of the different chess pieces that I've found so far. And like I have basically like a list. It's like, hey, I have like a pawn in which of these rooms are pawns. Basically, I can probably figure something out using my plans and my notes that I've made like over the months. I'm really happy about those, by the way. Like most, like, don't get me wrong. Like I think I have definitely improved like note taking in this game, but like there are some notes that are like really useful that I still reference from time to time in the beginning. Like this, for example. I have most of the chess pieces at least. Let's put it like that. Alright, let's get over here. I'm just gonna check. I'm gonna have to like, you know, go in here every once in a while. But I think the office might have the king. Let me open the right notepad. I have a list. So the king. We have a king in the office. The office is in, what's that? 5-3. King 5-3. Okay. Again, I just want to get like the king blessing, I guess. Okay, I need a rook. Conservatory is like 1. Put it here. The queen. Do I have the queen though? Her ladyship's chamber and the study. I don't have either one. No. The queen is actually an issue then. And we don't get copies of queens. That's like the whole issue that I'm currently facing. The rest is like quite easy to get, but apparently that's it. Okay, if I can't get the queen, then there's like no sense in filling like the rest, I guess. Does the... No, the attic has a bishop, huh? Secret garden, maybe? I don't think that there's a chess piece in there, but like maybe it counts. You know, you never know. You're not even glowing up. Okay, I can actually just test this. This is a very interesting way of working with this. Maybe there's like a combination you can do where this works, but again, like I don't think that this is going to work. I don't think that there's like any room where I could assume the queen to be, just because again, like we don't have a room with a queen inside of it. Huh. But it's fun that I can just move it around. Like most of the rooms are going to have like pawns in them. This one, I'm just guessing here. Attic was over here, right? Yeah. It's literally just a queen. Ah, that's too bad. Would have been nice to switch it. I guess I'm just gonna do it like another time. Maybe in the next run? Who knows? Alright. Just because I would like to... Oh, wait. I'm technically not done, right? Wait, I can maybe get the study. Like maybe if I go around, because I do have the key card. If I don't get it, then I'm just gonna, you know, start a new day and start from the break room, because that would allow us to get a card in the next morning, you know, that would be amazing. You know, since the left part of the antechamber is home, I could technically try to dig inside of the room 46. I don't think it would be useful, but I could try, you know? Since I have the option, and I'm here with the jackhammer, you know? I just need to get the right rooms to do that here. I do have some rerolls, so let's just try. Maid's chamber, I don't really care about, like, most... Like, maid chamber we haven't actually seen in quite some time. I wouldn't actually mind getting that one. I know we're getting, like, a minus here when it comes to items. It's the staff notice. I mean, in case I wanna sue something, maybe, but like... We could also try to sleep in here. Just because it's like such a rare room that I don't really care about normally, right? Maybe dustpan, no? Big old hmms. But yeah, like this obviously doesn't help us here. I'm just gonna go around and try to get like the queen somehow via rerolls. Again, the study could allow that to happen. Redraw. That's the study. I mean, when you need it, you get it. That was easy. Anything in here that I care about currently? I mean, there is the queen statue, right? But otherwise, I don't think I do care about anything. I think I did take a screenshot of this one, but I'm gonna check in a second again. Also, so much for, you know, losing items. I still got like a gem there. I mean, you can at least see the secret garden from here, which is nice. And also like the road next to it. Doesn't really help us here, at least not like my plan that I had, but you know. Maybe. Also, I'm like, here's another thing. I'm like still so fascinated that we can spin those globes here, right? Might just be for fun. But like one day, maybe I'm gonna press it like 100 times and something cool is going to happen. Who knows? Because I don't think that there's anything special, unless there's like maybe like a specific spot if you're looking at it, right? Like a specific country, maybe one of the poles. If you click that one, that there's like a secret compartment or something like that. I don't know. Unlikely. I just like to, you know, theorize. But yeah, that does mean that we can change the thing that I want to change. I'm just checking if I have like the note. And with that, we can reach room 46 again if we really want to, you know? And we apparently want to, just because I have the time, right? I am just curious. I mean, we could, you know, leave the crown here as well. Like, I always pick it up, but is there even a reason to bring it? I mean, I can't even light anything here, right? That's the next thing. Like, I'm just gonna look here in case I can dig, but I don't think I can. Right, that would be rather surprising. I feel like there would have been... Okay, I said there would have been, like, but there could have been a clue at some point. But, like, if there is, then I guess we're gonna have to figure that one out another time. Still the ransom note and nothing else in there, right? Also nothing on the sides. Huh. And we could call someone if we really wanted to, right? Swaying in the wind, those trees. Oh, that's kind of it. And again, like I mentioned before, yeah, I know I have kind of guessed the correct combination before, but like my goal is like the next time I'm here, I want to actually know it. Like, not just know most of it and then, you know, do it via permutations, because there were only like 12 or so that were viable. But like not even, I think it was like 6 or something like that. I got it like on number 6 as well, because I'm terrible at guessing, I guess. But overall, I'm just gonna do it at that point, because it doesn't really seem important in that way, right? Like, I feel like I should have been able to reach that point, you know, via deduction more than guessing. I guess at this point it's time to change. Yep. As I mentioned before, like, we can access all of these abilities, right? Mouse, are you? Okay, my mouse just didn't want to work. Okay, I know, I guess I just had to click out, but like, we currently have like the ambition of the pawn, obviously, right? Like, something knight, bishop, rook, or queen. You know, this is all of them except for the king, which we obviously can't get. But each day you may choose a color. Rooms of the chosen color are more likely to be drawn while drafting. I just want to try it out. Might be nice, right? You may give up this power by returning to this chamber on any future day and unlock pieces again. That's very lovely. I don't know if this is going to be useful, but like, I guess hallways are always great. For example, right? Like, I could always say, hey, give me more hallways and I can look around. I could maybe get more blue rooms even. I don't even know if that's like a limit. I could just say, hey, I want to have like a green room run or something like that. Even a red room one if I really wanted to. There is technically the one... what's it called? Like the... Also, can I light this, by the way? No, still can't light this. I always thought that I can light something interesting now that I have like a lamp again, but I guess not. Also, I should have this one screenshot already, but still, what I wanted to say is basically, I mean, there's the one blessing. That's kind of what I was getting at, right? Like, I can get the blessing, and it's generally just like a useful effect, probably, but I'm gonna figure that one out over like the next few runs, and like, worst case, I can always say, you know what, I'm gonna go back to the queen, just because that's, or like, not the queen, but like the pawn. Technically, I could also just like pick bishop or like the armory, because like those are technically the only ones I really pick. I don't really care about like the rerolls in the corners that much, gonna be completely honest. They could be nice, but you know, it's just like 4 rooms and like 2 of them I rarely reach. So at this point, I'm just wondering, should I just curse myself? Like, the effect was nice, but I kind of just want to cycle through those effects in the shrine. Similar to before, where I don't really care about like the next round particularly that much. I just still don't think that we can open the chest if we're doing it like that. And yeah, so gonna take it. You know, it's my money. Take back the gold. Yeah, for 2 days, and you're going to be mad, so mad. Still can't open you, right? You have a feel. Wait. I have a bad feeling about this. Now I can? That's the idol. Then ominous feeling persists, better think twice. I'm just gonna take it. 13 steps. The curse effigy. Curse mode is now unlocked. Also, you are cursed. You can now select curse mode when starting a new game file. Okay, so it is a new game file. You've been cursed! Yeah. It's like with the steps. I do remember, I don't know, I feel like curse mode probably works differently, right? Like, I want to say, like, curse mode is probably different to, like, just being cursed. But this kind of implies, like, my theory is probably correct about, like, being cursed. Since we now have, like, this idol? Curse effigy. Okay, but, like, why is it, like, an item like this? Can I do something with it? I could maybe put it somewhere. It's kind of sad that I missed like part of the text. I somehow pressed like 2 buttons there and was kind of confused where I was walking left. Well, we have like 13 steps, right? Like this is like similar to the legend. But what happens if we now just go, you know, to room 46 again? You know? I somehow remember there's something relating to that. I think. I might just be completely crazy, but wasn't there like something? It might just be like an achievement in curse mode because of one of the trophies that I'm thinking of. And this means like absolutely nothing. I do remember basically Electric telling the kid that, you know, they only had like a few steps left. I think it was 13, maybe it was 7 till their death, which, you know, implies why we just lost like so many steps. Still though, interesting. I guess the curse coffer wasn't like that hard to crack. I just needed a sledgehammer and enough bravery to do it. In any case, we are going the right direction to do the thing that I wanted to do, which is go back here. I don't think it does anything, but hey, I have a crown now. I mean, there's like this spot here, right? But it's like the marigold spot. It would be weird to put like a curse effigy here, right? Can I do anything else? I don't think so. Can I reach? I don't think I can. I was thinking about like a break room, but I can't reach the break room from here because like the antechamber halls have not been made correctly. I could sleep in the maid chamber just because I want to know what happens if I do. And also I just want to lose like all my steps. The issue is obviously if I do it like this, wait. I'm like just here and I'm gonna go back here, I guess. Oh no, I'm dying, no! You've used all of your steps, you must call it a day. You've pushed yourself to the very edge of exhaustion, but something is going to be different. I'm just like sleeping here because this is technically a bedroom. I don't know if something is going to change the next day. Mount Holly Garden Chateau, makes sense. 41 rooms, rank 10, yeah, reasonable. Items on 24, yeah, we had like so many items. But otherwise, it doesn't really matter that much. Okay, here's the thing. I said I kind of wanted to do like 2 runs, but like I've been recording for like 90-ish minutes. A bit more actually. It's probably going to be like a shorter episode like on the YouTube, and it's fine. But I'm now really curious about like how... Like, first of all, I have like a new ability, right? Like, it would be nice to like do like a full-on concentrated run with like the new ability. Even though I don't think that it's going to be like that impressive. But I actually wouldn't mind checking out a new save file. And I feel like this might be a better point to like go for that. And like, I don't want to do it like in the middle of an episode. So what I'm going to do is end the episode here. And next time we're going to check out like curse mode, maybe dare mode. I'm guessing I can now use dare mode, and like one or the other is probably going to be fine. Whatever that means. Maybe I'm going to figure out like more about like the game that I couldn't figure out before. You know, it's going to be hopefully interesting. But again, starting next time. In any case, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I'll be seeing you next time. Till then, have a good one, and bye-bye.